Mic check, mic check. What's good, everybody? I am a little bit late tonight, but I am here nonetheless. And got a little tied up. Had to reorganize some things. So anyway, continuing my discussion on the big distraction. Donald Trump is really working hard to keep us all confused as to what's going on in regards to everything. His failed administration is imploding minute by minute, and I think he's desperate now. I think he's really desperate, and that's why he's moving fast now to establish a police state, and we need to be worried about this, y'all. He did back off of taking total control of the DC police force temporarily. I'm sure he's going to have Pam Bondi come back and try a different angle, for making that happen. But I was speaking on it before. What he's trying to do is turn Washington D.C. into his version of Pyongyang or Moscow, the Kremlin, or even Beijing. He wants so badly to be a dictator, and he really, really believes that he's entitled to rule without question, without opposition, and without anybody, opposing anything that he wants to do. And that's not how it works, Mr. Donald. You may have the upper hand right now because of your MAGA movement, and the accomplices to your criminal organization, but the clock is ticking. You're going to be out of there. Mark my word. And it may not be so nice on how we get you out of there, but you got to go. If you don't go voluntarily in 2028, then we the people might have to make you leave. That's just the way it is. You're not entitled to a third term. Constitution doesn't allow it. I don't even think that this rogue Congress and rogue Supreme Court would even allow that to happen. But if they do, then guess what? They got to go too. And I think if they allow something like that, I think that'll be the trigger that puts it over the edge for most Americans out here who want democracy, who want a functioning government and not a king, not a dictator. We don't want that here in America. And I don't think most of America wants anything resembling that at all. So beware. Clock's ticking. We're going to see what's going to happen. I'm going to continue ringing the alarm. Hopefully, all of you out there that are talking about it will continue to ring the alarm, because we have to do everything we can to save our democracy. America is in a crisis right now. That's real talk, y'all. That's not being an alarmist. That is real. We are in a crisis situation, and we can't we can't stress it enough, that everybody has to be fully engaged and hands on with what's happening right now. If we're going to save this American experiment, you don't have to be a patriot, or no super patriot, or whatever. You just have to understand that if you sit back and just let it happen, your life as you know it is going to change drastically. Get this out of here. But in any case, we'll keep fighting. We'll keep shouting it out. We'll keep, spreading the word. Even though the maggots ain't listening, we know that, and I don't expect them to. They're just gonna have to fuck around and find out. Really, literally. But really, all they got to do is pay attention to the lies that Donald Trump and his administration continues to put out there. Contrary to popular belief, inflation has not gone down. We've had the biggest increase in inflation recently, the biggest increase in over a year. Prices are not down. Grocery prices are still ridiculous. Prices on mostly everything is ridiculous. And we haven't even felt the effects of the tariffs yet. Stock markets up and down because of Donald Trump and his janky tariff policies. 1 minute it's on, next minute it's off. He extends it, he chickens out. That's why we're calling him Taco, Donald Taco. You know what I'm saying? Donald Taco for real, because he can't make up his mind if he wants to go hard on tariffs or not. First of all, I know in the back of his mind he doesn't want to, because he knows the lie that he's been telling the American people about tariffs. We pay those tariffs, y'all. For all of you idiots that think China, or any of the other countries that tariffs are being imposed against, if you think those countries pay the tariffs, and you're clearly stupid. Yes, I said it. You are stupid. We pay the tariffs. The companies that import the products have to fill out a tariff sheet, and they have to pay the tariff rate before they can take possession of the products that they've ordered at the ports. And guess what? Those companies will pass along that added cost to us at the retail register. We are the ones who pay the tariffs, the people. It's simply another way to tax our hard-earned dollars. We work too freaking hard, and we give up way too much to the federal government. We pay income taxes. We pay taxes on the products that we buy with money that was already taxed. We pay taxes via tariffs on the products that we buy, that we again get taxed for at the register. It's taxes are the biggest scam in the history of anything. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I understand that we have to finance our federal government so that the federal government can provide the services that they're supposed to be providing, like our military, equipping our military and ensuring that our military is trained, and equipped, ensuring that we have the finest military in the world. And we do. We have since the beginning. Actually, we've always had the finest, most well organized military, and that's another myth. Donald Trump has done nothing to improve the military. The military is just fine. We have the biggest military budget of any country on the planet. We have the most lethal and most capable military force in the history of mankind. That's just a fact. If it comes down to if our military can do the job, I have absolutely no doubt that we can get the job done. I've served. I've seen what we can do firsthand, and I know that the men and women that are serving now are very proud of their service, and they're not going to let anything cause them to be caught lacking in any way whatsoever. The United States military is the finest on the planet. And it's unfortunate that we even have to have a military, that anybody has a military, because, humans, for some reason, we are probably the most efficient and lethal killers ever, you know. We're always finding new and more creative and more destructive ways to kill and destroy things, and that's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. But we have to keep a strong military because, unfortunately, if we don't, there's going to be some lunatic world leader out there who wants to come and take away what we have, you know? And, with all of our problems here in the U.S., we still have a much better lifestyle than anywhere else in the world, and that's my opinion. It's not perfect, it's not perfect by far, but it's better than most, I'm sure. Unfortunately, we got a bunch of idiots running things who seem to forgot who they work for, and even more unfortunate than that is the fact that we the people have seemed to have forgotten who they work for too, which is us. They work for us, y'all. The government works for us. We don't work to serve them, and that's what has to change. I don't know where it got twisted over the years, but they've lulled the public into a drunken sleeper, and has convinced the general public that Uncle Sam knows best. No, Uncle Sam doesn't know shit. Right now, Uncle Sam is robbing us all blind, and we the people are allowing it to happen. So we gotta change that. We gotta put that to a stop. Donald Trump and MAGA has to go. So keep in mind, 2028, 8647, and then 86 the rest of those MAGA freaks that have been supporting him these last 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? Drastic changes need to be made, and it has to start now. All right, enough of that bullshit. I'm actually tired of talking about it. How's everybody? I hope everybody had a great weekend. Sunday is coming to a close in a couple of hours. We'll be into Monday morning. There's a monster hurricane out there looming off the coast of Florida. It's not close enough to us yet, and they're forecasting that it will not get close enough to us to be of any threat. But you don't know until you know. This thing could decide to come straight west, at any time, and then we could be in the danger zone. So just prepare yourselves, y'all, because it's definitely not the last hurricane of the season. We're peak hurricane season now. And now's the time they're going to start coming off the African coast more rapidly, more frequently. And they're forecasting a pretty active season this year. So I don't know. Confidence is high that Florida might get hit this year. And I'm talking about East Coast of Florida. East Coast of Florida hasn't been, really touched in a long time. West Coast of Florida has been fucked up a few times in the past, couple of years. But we here on the East Coast, we've been lucky so far. We did have an outbreak of tornadoes a few months back, which was, unusual to say the least. And I mean, like right here locally, man, tornadoes, fucked it up. Literally 2 miles down the road from where I'm at right now. So I got a feeling that this year we're gonna probably catch, a storm or two that might be a little devastating. And actually, I'm kind of hoping we do. We're overdue for a good storm, and I'm not saying that I wish any death and destruction on anybody, but we need a good atmospheric cleaning around here, if you know what I mean. A lot of progress going on here in St. Lucie County. I just heard recently the airport is ready to expand. I believe they're soliciting for airlines to come in. I hear that the terminals are going to be upgraded, and a brand new access road is going to be constructed coming directly from I-95 into the airport property. So that'll be pretty awesome. Once that happens, it'll be really good to be able to fly directly out of St. Lucie County to all points abroad, or domestic or abroad rather. Instead of having to go to Palm Beach or Fort Lauderdale or Melbourne or Orlando, we got an international airport right here, literally a half-mile down the block from the house here. So that'll be awesome if the airport expands. It should definitely be good for the community too, as far as jobs. Because St. Lucie County, especially here in Fort Pierce, has been lacking, severely lacking in the job market now for probably, I'm going to say 20 years. The fruit industry died, which wasn't great for jobs anyway. I mean, they provided a lot of jobs, but they weren't well-paying jobs. And, with the fact of Donald Trump literally chasing away all of our immigrant workers here in the second largest produce producing state in the country, second to California, and we are the we were the second largest produce state. But a lot of that is gone away now, gone away to imports. A lot of the fruit, especially the citrus industry, a lot of the citrus now is coming from the Caribbean. And how it can come from the Caribbean at cheaper rates than if we grew it here domestically, it's not a mystery. American workers want to get paid more. We don't want to work for pennies on the dollar. So, they rather than pay Americans what Americans are demanding to be paid, because it's hard ass work being out in those groves and out in those fields in this hot, humid ass climate that we have here in South Florida. Nobody wants to pick fruit, and harvest, produce if they're not getting paid well for it. You know, I get it because I'm not doing it. I wouldn't do it when I was younger. I'm damn sure not going to do it now that I'm a senior citizen. So we can forget about all that. Um, you know, but we gotta lighten up on this immigration bullshit. One, this country was built on illegal immigration. You know, hey, let's be honest. You know, pilgrims weren't asked to come here; they weren't invited, and then they came here and stole everything. You know, so let's knock off the bullshit. You know, most of this belonged to Mexico anyway. You know, prior to the pilgrims coming here, and as well as the indigenous people that were already here, you know, who had their established nations, you know, and it's just crazy how now we have the descendants of immigrants denying access to immigrants. Ain't that ironic? Another thing that I'm pissed off about is Israel. What the fuck does Israel have on us? Why are we supporting Israel? Well, probably because we have a criminal organization running our government, and obviously they're going to support another criminal organization running another government. So Benjamin Netanyahu, he's a war criminal. Yes, he is. He's convicted just like Trump. Convicted, I believe he was convicted of bribery and a few other charges. And just like Donald Trump, he ran for office, you know, and got himself reelected to avoid prosecution. And he's doing everything he can now to hold on to power. He's also committing genocide against the Palestinian people. And the United States is complicit in that. Listen to me when I say this. The people of Israel, I got no gripe against you whatsoever. I have absolutely no qualms with, you know, people, you know, needing to defend themselves from attack, because Hamas attacked you, not the Palestinian people. Hamas attacked you. But in response, your government, the Israeli government, is committing genocide against an entire peoples because of the actions of a terrorist group who hides within the population. And I understand that you want them out of there, but there are other ways to get them out. There are many other ways to get them out. But we know that's not what the Israeli government wants. The Israeli government wants full control of the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, for that matter. And probably, if they could, they'd take over Lebanon. You know, but listen, the bottom line is the Israeli government is a criminal organization committing genocide against innocent men, women, and children. They're starving them out. They're bombing them out. You know, straight up murder. And the United States government is complicit. The United States government is giving them more and more bombs and bullets to help them commit mass genocide. And it's a damn shame. And this is one of the things that we need more people speaking up about. We need to free Palestine. The U.S. needs to knock off sending weapons to Israel. Straight up. Cut the weapons sales to Israel. I don't even believe they're selling weapons. I think the United States government is just giving them the weapons. Donald Trump has already spoken about taking over Gaza, you know, by the United States to build hotels and condos and all of this bullshit. Really? Really, Mr. Trump? This is what you want to do? You know why? Because you're a racist piece of shit. Yes, Jasmine Crockett got it right. Donald Trump is a piece of shit. And for all of you out there to say, oh, Kim, you're disrespecting the president, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck him and his entire administration. Because he's a racist, egomaniacal bastard that has no right holding the position that he has. All he's doing is robbing the American public blind, enriching him and his family at the expense of us, at the expense of you dumb motherfuckers that support him. So understand that we need some major changes, and he's gonna destroy America as we know it. We already have no credibility in the world. Look at Vladimir Putin. Putin ain't giving a fuck about Donald Trump. Putin came over here, strutted his little tiny ass down the red carpet that Donald Trump rolled out for him. Donald Trump kissed his ass for a few hours, and then Putin went right back to Russia to brag about how he played the hell out of Donald Trump and the American government. Marco Rubio, you should be ashamed of yourself. Ted Cruz, you should be ashamed of yourself. All you other Republicans, Lindsey Graham, John Kennedy, who are the rest of you fuckers? Josh Hawley, Marjorie Taylor Greene. All of you motherfuckers need to be ashamed of yourselves, because you've allowed yourselves to be played. Well, not really, because I think you're down for the king anyway. So y'all like this bullshit. You think he's doing the right thing. All of you are complicit. All of you motherfuckers need to go as well. So 2026, next year, is the opportunity to get rid of all of these bastards. So for all of you thinking about, hey, staying at home and not participating, it's going to be your fault, if we don't get rid of them. 2028 rolls around and Donald Trump, doesn't go anywhere, it's going to be your fault because you didn't participate. And then it's going to be too late. Then it's going to have to come down to a fight for real. And it's going to be a nasty fight. And if you're not up for it, I don't know what to say, because that's what it's coming to, I'm afraid. But anyway, in the meantime, everybody, just pay attention, I mean, if you like what's going on, then continue to do what you're doing. But if you definitely don't like what's going on, get out there, let your voices be heard, and just be ready to throw them things when it comes time. All right. So that's all I gotta say tonight. I'm tired. It's hot as hell in South Florida. I'm sure it's hot in a lot of other places. This summer has been brutal. But I'm done. Till next time, I'll catch y'all later. Maybe tomorrow sometime or whatever. But I'm your man's Ken Jackson. This is the Ken Jackson Experience. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. Spread the word. Don't miss out. Like I said, every now and then, I might have something, really useful to say. But if you don't log on and check us out, if you're not subscribed, you might miss it. All right. So until next time, y'all, peace. I'm out.